Hello everyone, I'm Hina Bazala, pursuing a Master's in Construction Engineering and Management at CEPT University. In the first semester, our studio is focused on construction project formulation and appraisal. I have undertaken a feasibility study on biomethanation plant. This study is a crucial step in the inception stage of the project lifecycle. In this portfolio, I will be presenting various processes involved in the feasibility study, including the work breakdown structure, cost breakdown structure, financial feasibility, and the project baseline. The conclusion will summarize the key findings of the study. The city currently generates 4,500 tons per day of solid waste, in which 19% of the solid are disposed in the landfill site, which is resulting in environmental issues such as groundwater and soil contaminations. So to enhance the waste treatment facilities, a biomethanation plant is constructed. So the project client is Municipality Corporation with the budget of rupees 150 crore. The project requires 17 acres of land and has an 18-month completion time frames and follows the PPP model: design, build, finance, own and operate. The primary goal are to improve public health and environmental quality, generate the income for the municipality corporations, and enhance the waste treatment facilities. The biomethanation plant process involves receiving organic feedstock at the plant locations, processing it in an anaerobic digester to produce a biomanure. Biogas is generated in the digester. Further, it is processed in the upgradation unit to produce a bio-CNG. This bio-CNG is then supplied to the gas grid and compressed cascade to sold at the retail outlet. The bio-CNG finds the application in the transportation sector and as a cooking fuel. Begin with the work breakdown structure. This is an essential roadmap that breaks down the project's task into manageable parts. It helps us to plan, organize, track the work by dividing the project into smaller and more easily manageable units, which is simplifying the project management and resource allocations. For our project, I have structured the work breakdown into 6 phases: planning, development, design, construction, completion, operation, maintenance. So in the planning phase, the feasibility study is conducted. And in the development phase, both the client and PPP developer are involved, and they are responsible for procuring architectural, structural, MEPF consultant, as well as material and equipment suppliers and project management consultants. Moving to the design phase, in the design phase, it includes the structural, architectural, MEPF design and detailed design process. And in the construction phase, it comprises civil and MEPF works with the project management consultant monitoring the project. And in the operation and maintenance phase, which includes the routine operations, repair of civil and mechanical component, cleaning of digester, and the staff training are included. So moving on the cost breakdown structure, these segments outline the financial aspect of the project. So I am presenting the various costs involved from material to labor and how they contribute to overall budget. So the project costs are distributed across different phases aligned with the work breakdown structure. So the 0.4% of the total project cost is allocated for the inception phase, 2% for the development design phase, and significant portion of the 66% is allocated for the construction phase. As for the operation maintenance phase, I have considered only first year cost, which is contribute 6% of the total cost of the projects. So through this process, I have determined total project cost is rupees 135.32 crore. So moving on the detailed cost breakdown of the planning phase. So 89% of the total planning cost is allocated for the feasibility consultant, while 11% is allocated for the approval process. These amount to a total planning cost of rupees 75.16 lakhs. And in the development phase, it is assumed that the notice inviting tender will be published in the newspaper at the cost of rupees 590 per square centimeter. So for a space of 100 square centimeter, the incurred cost is rupees 21.38 lakhs. So moving to the design phase, 3% of the total design phase cost is set aside for the architectural consultant, 5% for structural consultant, 14% for the MEPF consultant, and the majority 78% is allocated for the project management consultant. So in the detailed cost breakdown for the construction phase, 1% of the total construction cost is allocated for plumbing work, 25% for civil work, 24% for electrical work, and the remaining 50% for mechanical work. So this result in cumulative construction cost of rupees 123.69 crores. So turning on the cost breakdown of the operation and maintenance phase. So in the operation maintenance phase, the 19% of the total operation maintenance cost is allocated for the main power which are required for the plant operations, while 18% is allocated for repair of mechanical and civil components, and the majority 63% of the cost is reserved for the electrical consumptions which is necessary for plant operation. So this totals an operation maintenance cost of rupees 8.5 crores. Financial feasibility is used to find out whether the project is financially viable or not. An organization can make a decision with the numerical values in terms of profit and loss by considering the economic feasibility. To assess the financial feasibility, I have made key assumptions. So in the first year, the bio-CNG production is set at 67 lakhs 1400 kg, which is to be sold at rupees 46 per kg to CNG stations. And production is expected to decrease by 3% every 5 years due to machine wear and tear. In the fertilizer production, in the first year, it is projected to be 1 crore 82 lakhs 50,000 kg, which is sold to the fertilizer company at rupees 8 per kg over the period of 20 years, and there is an anticipated that the 5% reduction in the production every 5 years due to machine and wear and tear. An annual royalty will be paid. Royalty payment of rupees 2.5 crore will be paid to the municipality corporation over the period of 20 years, and the operation maintenance expense, it is estimated at the rupees 1.44 crore with the 2.5% increase in every 3 years for the entire 20 years durations. And additionally, we have assumed the client will be provide the land at the free of cost for the 20 years periods, and the client will provide the water and electricity at the plant operations. And based on these assumptions, I have calculated both the cash influence outflow for the project. In the project's financial evaluation, the cash inflow include rupees 30.82 crore from bio-CNG revenue in the first year and the rupees 14.60 crore from the fertilizer revenue for the first year. And in the cash outflow include rupees 127.27 crore for the capital expenditure, for rupees 2.52 crore for royalty expenditure, rupees 3.22 crore for electricity consumption expenditure, rupees 1.44 crore for operation and maintenance expenditure, and rupees 1.57 crore for salary expenditure. So using a 12% of discount rate and 5% minimum acceptable rate of return for the greenfield project, the internal rate of return calculated to be 23%, and the net present value stands at the rupees 158.31 crore. So these results confirm the financial viability of the projects. Additionally, there is an anticipated profit for the PPP developer in the financial year at the 2027 and 28. So now let's dive into the project baseline, which serves as a bedrock for the project plan. So it outlines the crucial milestones, timeline, and resource allocation, which provide the roadmap for the tracking of the progress. So in the establishment of the project baseline, certain assumptions have been made. So the project start date is set for the 29th September 2023. Work will be ongoing throughout the wet seasons, and all the necessary material will arrive as per the schedule. So the project baselines align with the work background structures determine the total planned duration of 8,090 days, and notably 450 days are specifically allocated for the construction of biomethanation plants. So this baseline provides a solid framework for the project management. So significant milestones have been identified for each phases, namely planning, development, design, construction, completion, which is serving as a critical point to monitor the project's progress. So in the planning stage, the milestone comprise the feasibility studies and subsequent approvals. So transitioning to development phase, key milestones include the procurement of feasibility consultant and the procurement of the developer. So moving into the design phase, the milestones are marked by the achievements such as the structural design and mechanical designs, and within the construction phase the critical milestone involves the completion of RCC digester, the installation of double memory storage balloon, and the implementation of MPC technology. And as the project near the completion, the milestone in this phase is obtaining the consent to operate. So summing up the feasibility study, I have identified key insights and addressed the challenges while emphasizing the overall viability of the biomethanation plant projects. So in the work breakdown structures, it is a serve as a crucial to systematically break down the project task into manageable units, and this hierarchy approach simplifies the planning, organization, and monitoring and facilitating the effective project management resource allocation. So the project is structured into 6 different phases. And in the cost breakdown structure, the cost estimation for the project stage was derived from the work breakdown structures, which relieving the total project cost of approximately rupees 135.32 crore, which is notably the construction phase contributes 66% of the total expenditure, while the operation maintenance phase accounts for the 6%. So in the financial feasibility, the project relies on the 4 key assumptions, which includes the PPP developer will fund the project for the 20 years provision of free land by the municipality corporations. In financial assessment indicates a robust 23% of internal rate of return and an NPV of rupees 158.31 crore at a 12% discount rate and compliance with the 5% minimum acceptable rate of return. These confirm the project's financial viability with anticipated profit for the PPP developer in the financial year 2027 and 28. So in the project baseline, so the objective of the project baseline is to determine the various project stage duration which serve the in the evaluation of project's total duration, which stands at 8090 days, and the construction phase has highest durations of 450 days. Thank you.